Now, I want to salute a hero in this country. The hero in this case is a man by the name of Jeff Ruby, and he's in Louisville, Kentucky. And I read to you the Associated Press. I'm sure many of you know the story. The owner of an upscale steakhouse in Louisville said he asked OJ Simpson to leave his restaurant the night before the Kentucky Derby because he is sickened by the attention Simpson still attracts. And I really, when you read about the story, you have some pride in this man. I didn't want to serve him because of my convictions of what he's done to those families, Jeff Ruby said in a telephone interview Tuesday. The way he continues to torture the lives of those families with his behavior, attitude, and conduct. Ruby, who owns restaurants in Cincinnati, Louisville, and Belterra, Indiana, said Simpson, who was in town for the Derby on Saturday, came in with a group of about 12 Friday night. He was in, you know why, by the way, I think this article is erroneous. He was not in Louisville. He was not in Kentucky for the Kentucky Derby. He was in Louisville because he had been given a report that the real killers, or the real killer, of his ex-wife and Mr. Goldman, that they were in Kentucky. He is still looking for the killer or killers, and that's why he was there. Let me, this is so Ruby went. I didn't want that experience. Oh yeah, here's what happened. This is a very telling story. Let's see. Simpson on Saturday came in with a group of about 12 on Friday night. He was in town for the Derby on Saturday. He was in the restaurant with 12 people Friday night, was seated at a table in the back. A customer came up to Ruby and was, quote-unquote, giddy about seeing Simpson, Ruby said, and I believe that. People flock him all the time for autographs. There really is something to be said about that. Every civilization has those who tear it down and those who elevate it, and that is the battle. There is always a culture war in every civilization. There are those who bring it down, and there are those who elevate it, and usually, over time, the ones who bring it down win. That's the way it is. And if you're not vigilant, you lose. The good guys lose their society. The people who walk over to O.J. Simpson for an autograph, the people who believe that he's a celebrity and therefore worthy of respect because he is famous, these are the people who drag down your civilization. The people like Ruby say, you know what, there really is a good and an evil, and I will make a stand. Here is from the Associated Press report, The Bright Side. Ruby said, that is the owner of the restaurant, Jeff Ruby, after Simpson left, people in the restaurant started applauding him. And he said he has received about 100 positive emails since the incident. O.J. Simpson has a lawyer. The lawyer is a giant named Yale Galanter. And this giant of moral and legal wisdom and insight and goodness and kindness has said the incident was about race, and he intended to pursue the matter and possibly go after the restaurant's liquor license. Yeah. Wonder what a man like Galanter thinks the majority of decent Americans think of him, and getting paid to be the spokesperson for someone we have every reason to believe, and a civil court, not a criminal court, found to believe as well, was a double murderer. When he stands before God, but it doesn't matter. I've spoken to these lawyers. I know what they say. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter. I am part of the American judicial system, the greatest system in the world. I am just one of its cogs, and I do the right thing by giving my ability over to these people whether or not you think or I think that they are double murderers. I'm a great guy for doing this. And I'm a great guy for going after the livelihood of the restaurant owner. Because in America, you shouldn't have the right to say to someone you think is a double murderer, I don't want to serve you in my private establishment. And so what if I play the race card? Because it works. It works. Even though just about everybody knows that the same would happen if OJ Simpson were white. I mean, Ruby would have served him if he thought that the same person, double homicide, were in his place. But if he were white, he would happily serve him his steaks. And this is what this lawyer is trying to tell us. He screwed with the wrong guy. He really did, Galanter said by telephone Tuesday night. I'd happily have Mr. Galanter on the show, Alan. And it's always insightful for my listeners to hear what can happen in the legal profession to stunt the moral growth of an individual. It's healthy because so many people want their children to be lawyers, and some lawyers are wonderful people. I know that, and I believe that.